Oh, that tricon looks great on you. Oh. So what's happening today here at Bell Rock?
So today is we're doing just a colonial encampment, and I guess Malden 250, right?
Yes.
And so we're having an encampment here. Different things on display. We have an 18th century doctor's table, 18th century toys. I'm over here in front of the muskets display. We have a selection of different muskets. I can talk you through them if you're interested. We have a couple groups here with the Stowe Minutemen. These guys here from Charlestown militia, and we're going to be doing some drilling later. So we'll be going through musket drills and firing them as well. And there's going to be some colonial music, a little bit, pipe and drums. So a little bit of everything. Get a little taste of colonial life.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
But did you see we were on Bob Ellis's podcast? Oh, it was all about all the conversations. Was it really? He's awesome. Really?
Well, I've been handling that, and so I want us to.
So Linda's good friends with Bob, and I've known Bob for years.
But I figured
so we were on his podcast, and I think we talked all about all the county stuff, which is always great. So everyone got to hear. Oh yeah, I'll have Linda send it to you.
Yeah.
But
Hey, Joe.
it was a great 25-minute podcast.
All right. Yep. Shut your hands. Company prepared to search arms, cast them out.
You're 1 minute press up. None of my stuff.
Return. Rammer. Roll your well up. That's until 11:30. Oh, how many? The rest are going to play. Be right back here at 11:30. We've been doing the hobby for a while together. It's a nice family thing to do. We're all volunteers.
Could you show us a little bit about the muskets?
Sure. Actually, why don't you talk to them?
Sure. So we've got 5 different muskets here today, going from most primitive to least primitive. So this is early 1700s. These are all reproductions, by the way. A early 1700s American Fowler. Then we have a British Brown Bess, and then we have 3 different French muskets. One for 1763 and 2 for 1777.
Excellent.
If you'd like, you can hold this pointed straight up.
Okay. Oh my God. It's got some heft to it.
It's about 10 pounds.
I didn't feel it, yeah.
So it feels a lot heavier after a day of marching.
I can only imagine. But it is beautiful.
Here, would you like to hold it by any chance?
Nope, that's fine.
Alright, so the way that these work is, I don't know if you can see right here, there's a little pan. So what you would do is you'd be wearing one of these at your hip. This is a cartridge box, so all those holes would be filled with cartridges. Just pull one out, rip it open with your teeth, pour a little bit of powder in there, close that up. The rest of it gets poured down through the top. And then you gotta ram it all the way down. You don't want air pockets. If there's air pockets in your powder, the pressure is not even and you could end up blowing your barrel up, which is very bad. So, once that's rammed down, you are almost ready to go. So what we would do is we'd come around here. We would go from half cock to full cock. You don't want to go off half cocked. And then when you're ready to fire, I'm just going to move this forward so that it doesn't strike. Right. That swings forward. It'll scrape this piece of metal, making sparks. Those sparks will travel down into the powder that's in the pan. And then I'm not sure if you can see, there's a little hole right here. So the powder will travel through that hole, set off the main charge, and then the main charge will send your musket ball flying.
Thank you.
So that whole process, if you're a well-trained soldier, is going to be anywhere from 15 to 30 seconds, depending on how tired you are and how foul the arrow is. So you can get 2 to 4 shots a minute, generally. Now, when you consider that, how far do you think you could run in about 20 seconds?
Not far enough.
Well, not far enough, but probably a decent distance. If you're close enough, you could certainly close that distance. That's what this is for.
Oh.
So this is a bayonet. It slides on just like that. And now you have a speeder. So it is off center, so you can still load and fire with this, even with the bayonet on. But the general idea is once you got close enough, there's not enough time to load and fire. You only get a few shots once you're too close. And this becomes your main weapon. So more deaths would have been caused by bayonets than by musket balls.
Makes sense.
And then, you know, disease beats out both of those by a good margin. So believe it or not, the design of these was uniquely cool. You actually can't use this design anymore. I'm not sure if you can see, it's got this little triangular
I
shape.
would see it on Facebook.
So what that does is it will open a wound both this way and this way, which makes it really difficult to stitch. So in the yeah, so the bottom is flat and this side is, so it makes it very stiff, but it also means that it widens the wound in multiple directions. So it's very difficult to stitch up. In the modern world, obviously we don't really tend to use bayonets anymore, but the bayonets that do exist, they have to be flat because this is considered too cool to use in warfare.
Here we are at the medical tent.
I can, you know, extract a tooth or you know, do an amputation if you really need it. We got some leeches here.
Fresh leeches, okay.
Leeches, yeah.
Leeches are nice.
If you're feeling under the weather, we can bleed you. You know.
That's another way of bleeding. But the leeches will only eat so much until they're full. And then they stop, so you won't get overbleed like this.
Look at that. So well planned
And
out.
when they leave,
think that-
they seal the wound. So it's actually sanitary. And some hospitals are actually bringing back leeches.
I thought I saw some. Yeah.
Just like they're also using maggots.
We're making a hole
Maggots
in the
eat
head.
dead
Release
tissue and
pressure.
skin.
Oh, geez.
They won't touch healthy stuff.
So, you know, so again, you know, a lot of this
So they
stuff.
can rid an
Did they have
infection.
anesthesia for that?
And then they'll stop
Yeah,
with
you
all the
find
dead
on a
stuff
bullet.
going. It's more precise
So
than the laser.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Back to the
A
old
lot of modern
days.
Nature.
tools today, you'll see similar things to this, but you know, this would be electrified, right? You know, some of these knives would be a little bit more precise, a little sharper, you know, things like that. See what that is? This is for extracting a tooth.
Ew.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, stuff like this would be holding things open, you know, things like this. You see these in the operating room today, right? Stuff like that. So,
What a beautiful box.
yeah, it is nice.
Is that a normal cook pot?
Put this on the arm.
At the bottom of the pyramid were the apothecaries who mixed medicines and dispensed them. And just above them, and it was definitely a hierarchical pyramid, were the surgeons who dealt with physical injury. And at the top of the pyramid were the physicians who dealt with illness. And mostly the physicians were in the big cities, dealing with the wealthy and charging them an arm and a leg as usual. And the physicians actually had to get a medical degree from the university, whereas the others were learned by apprenticeship.
Uh-oh, looks like they're about to start.
Starting medical schools, so generally our guys learn the whole kit and caboodle.
Excuse us.
Front.
That's what it is, yeah. Not taking that chance.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. On behalf of Malden 250, I would like to thank you all for turning out today on this glorious Saturday afternoon. My name is Ryan Hayward. I am captain of the Stowe Minutemen Company. Joining me today are some of our members of our company and also members of Henry Rutowski's Danvers Company. Today we will be doing 2 drills, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. We'll go through the firing procedure. First, the one that you'll see today is the 1764 Manual of Arms. It is the same manual that the British Army was using. It was adopted by the militia companies just on the eve of the American Revolution. And then just after the opening days of the American Revolution, we changed drill. Danvers Company's Timothy Pickering, wrote his own drill, which took a lot of the pomp and unnecessary things out of this drill and later led to the drill adopted by George Washington and the Continental Army. This particular drill will do 2 things. We'll do a step-by-step firing, dry, then we'll do a live fire with black powder. There's no bullets, but it does have a loud noise. So if you hear me say, make ready, present, fire, that's when we're actually going to do the firing. If you don't like loud noises, don't plug your ears, cup your ears so the sound travels by. Okay? I think I missed it. Musket. So I'm going to go through the step-by-step procedure first, and then Corporal Nathaniel will take over afterwards and do the firing, both the step-by-step with powder, and then we'll do 2 times with the battle ready, which skips all of the individual steps. Is that clear? Musket! Handle your heart! And handle your musket! Show your fire! Sorry, I missed that. In between that is a rest step. So musket, rest your fire lock. Just as rusty as the rest. So rest, shoulder your fire lock. Company, if you're not already, half cock your fire lock. Somebody's not half cock. Thank you. Musket. If your pan is open, shut the pan. Okay. Musket. To the right about face. Remember, we're just doing dry firing. Okay. So, muskets, prepare to prime and load. Step by step. Handle your cartridge. Don't do it, just test it. Do your priming position. Handle your cartridge. Get up to chin. Prime with powder. Yeah, sorry, I missed that. That's why we're doing a dry run. Shut your pans. Cast the boat.
What's it?
Long time. We would normally draw your rammers, but we don't because we're in battle. So when you're ready, come to the shoulder. Oh, I did tell you to cast about. Sorry. So prime with cartridge. Charge with cartridge. And then you would normally ram down cartridge. So when you're ready, come to the shoulder. Company, recover your fire lock. Make ready. Set. Fire. There. Okay. So now with powder, handle your cartridge. Handle your cartridge. Fire! Make ready! Present! Elevate! Fire!
That was loud.
Company! Shoulder your firearm. Alright, so that was the long version, 2 times through. Nathaniel, you want to take over for battle? For battle? No, I'll do it. So now, we're just going to go through the firing procedure 2 more times as if we were in battle. Company! Prime and load! Copy, you're on fire lock. Sight ready. Set. Elevate. Fire. Prime and load. So we're as fast as our slowest man here. So the last person up is when I can fire. Cover! I got it. Make ready. Present. Fire. Company. Shoulder your firearm. Company. Shut your hand. Company. From the center. Secure your ha. The right about face. And that's it. Thank you all.
Woo!
I think we're gonna do some marching practice. You want to do some marching practice around, or
Any questions from the crowd?
any questions from the audience? No? I think maybe once around the park. I'm gonna go column 2. Company will go line into column 2. By the left wheel, so you're gonna count off 1, 2, 1, 2. We're gonna start from the side.
I think he said he was turning.
Henry, do you want to turn left or right? Yes. From line into column 2. By the left wheel. What? Wait for them to do it.
I thought that was you walking up. Welcome to Bell Rock.
Oh, okay. Now you're done. Not bad. Can you sit here though? It's so kind and so but she was a little bit older than us.